My company's called Mobile Cocktails ATL. What I did accidentally was start a little company about 5 years ago, and my anticipation was to bartend once or twice a month because I miss bartending in someone's basement, in someone's house. We do about 400 events a year. We do events with 30 and 40 bartenders working. We do festivals of all types. In any given week, we'll do, 2 weddings, a bachelorette party, a house party, this, that, and the other thing. In 1 week last year, I worked on BET TV for a pool party. I worked at Rick Ross's house, which has he bought Holyfield's house. And then the very next day, I was working in the governor's mansion, the former mayor's mansion, Ivan Allen, who he spoke at MLK's house. So left and right, we're all over the place.
When you're at those places, are you going to speak about tonight?
What's happening? Yes. So
this is now the next.
This will be one of the ones I've seen it all. There was one time we did bartend in a bread and breakfast, and the heat didn't get turned off quick enough, and the bride came down after dinner, after the dance, just to take pictures and go back up because it was just too warm. Some of the neat things that we've done, we have bartended, like I said, with 30 and 40 bartenders. We've also bartended just for regular folks of all types. But last year I did get to teach Zac Efron how to do flair bartending like in the movie Cocktail. And
for the neighbors.
He did not. I will give you a 30-second joke what did happen. So I was told I was meeting Zach Galifianakis. I was there for half an hour. It was on the clock. It was on the clock. I was waiting, and these 2 guys from the middle, and I was like, is this Galifianakis, whatever his name is, going to show up? And they said, and Zac Efron stands up, he goes, hey, Zac Efron, nice to meet you. And I said, well, at least I didn't recognize you. I'm completely heterosexual, but he is by far the prettiest person I've ever seen in my life. No makeup. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 or 4 cocktails tonight of different types. What I'm going to do is try to demonstrate one, and then if anybody from the crowd wants to come up and help out and make one for everybody else, or if we have to use talent that we already have here.
We have a volunteer.
So this is the same lady who said, can you just make me a cocktail and I won't sit down and not watch. So I'm not really sure her participation level. We'll have to find out. If you guys all want to grab these, or even just tuck them in your pockets for later. So our first cocktail is going to be a champagne drink. It's something I found on the internet. It's something I found on the internet many years ago looking for my first fancy cocktail on purpose for my clients. I've used it for like the Google Christmas party. I've used it for parties with male-dominated, female-dominated. It's just a great festive cocktail. It's actually fairly easy to make. The cocktails after that will get increasingly a little more difficult. There's one with bourbon, there's one with tequila, and then the final drink we're going to make is a pisco sour with egg froth on top of it. So, egg froth.
Sounds
So this drink I've also made with pomegranate seeds in it, but we're going to make a little simpler version, not for that reason. So I'm not flipping bottles.
Oh yes, we will.
You will. So I do a little less measuring than everybody else in the world, but
It's my kind of bartender.
yeah. So it's pomegranate juice, the concentrate. It's actually fairly sweet, that's why we don't use a lot of it. And then it'll be Grand Marnier, or you can use a regular brandy if you don't like the orange flavor. With that, we're going to top it with a brut or dry champagne. And then finally will be the orange peel garnish. And I've cut the oranges to do it several times, and while I'm doing it, people are turning their heads from around the room and they just smell the effervescence of it all. So it's really a fantastic cocktail. I'm not counting or measuring.
Well, everything tastes better with Grand Marnier.
Yes. This used to be the bartender drink. So right now, if I go to a bar and I see 2 dudes drinking Jameson or drinking a certain beer, I know that they're either bartenders or chefs. But this was what we drank in the 80s and 90s. We did shots of it all night long.
Wow.
After work, of course.
After work, of course.
I bet you can make a mean B-52.
I grew up making cream drinks in Minnesota, so I've made tons of those.
Layered B52.
Drinking, you have it with a spoon. You got to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who's from the furthest away?
Allie in the house.
Probably, yeah.
Callie? This is how you take your finger off. Who would like the first one?
Callie, it's not like God, Callie in the house.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Jerry, that's your style of drink.
This is not serrated. Yeah, I know. I can do it with a knife.
Brianna, your name's on one.
It's got my fruit in it, so it's healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now it's okay.
Jerry, Jerry.
Leslie, what do you think?
I'm good. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. I was here.
So who can come up in here and pour?
Yeah, you gotta go.